Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
We're going to have a very open Stock Movers right now. This is where Lisa Mateo tells us of Stock Movers out for the wonderful Stock Movers podcast. Lisa, who do you start with this morning?
All right. Because of the news flow that you were just talking about, I want to start with commodities, companies related to energy, because oil is rising, right? Sure. We have Brent crude up nearly 8%. Earlier, it was up as much as 13%. I mean, the price topped.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
really?
It topped like $78 a barrel.
Wow.
That's how high it went. So because of that, we're looking at certain companies like, for example, Exxon, ticker XOM, up more than 2%. There was some other news out this morning, like it met with the president of Kazakhstan to talk about oil and gas projects, but it's really everything going on in the Middle East, right, affecting those shares. And it's not just Exxon. You look at companies like Chevron, their shares were up more than 2%. Occidental Petroleum, ConocoPhillips, Diamondback Energy. I mean, the list goes on, but those shares are up. So we hit oil. Now, if you go to gold, stronger than any other currencies right now.
And more so in the last hour.
Correct. And it rose 1%. That's actually the highest in more than a month because it's seen at this safe haven, right? So you have gold miner, for example, Newmont, the ticker NEM, their shares up more than 1%. You also look at Australia's Northern Star, their shares up more than 5%. So we have gold, oil, right? Then we go to defense stocks. Those are on the move. This morning. So RTX Corp, for example, ticker RTX, their shares have been up about 4%. You look at shares of Lockheed Martin, LMT, they're up more than 3%. And Israel actually relies on Lockheed for its primary attack jet, so that's really important to them. Northrop Grumman, thank you. Yep, NOC, ticker NOC.
They make canoes.
Their shares up 4%. So we hit all those, right, covering what's going on with the news flow, but of course we have earnings too. We can't forget about. So I wanted to start with Adobe, their ticker ADBE. Their shares have been down about 3%. So here's the thing, right? It reported better than expected revenue, raised its annual outlook. But the problem is that analysts are saying, you know what, generative AI, that could take away from business. That's what their concern is. That's what they're worried about. So that's why their shares are lower. And Adobe is really like this. It's a central focus for investors who are considering whether these AI tools are going to impact software and industry leaders. So you have like design applications, like if you ever use Canva. I don't know if you have. I do.
What is it called again?
It's Canva, like image creation tools. So you can create different designs using this program. And then you have AI from Midjourney. Like companies like those, they're surging. Adobe has put out, generative AI tools in Photoshop too. So Adobe's really been in the headlines because people really look to it to see that kind of flows, how it's affecting AI. But their shares, though, have been down. So it was a little bit of a disappointment because they're hoping that AI could, generative AI could take away from its business and take away money from the company.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.